Howdy, welcome back to the channel. This is Matthew Pisgotti checking in from Dallas, Texas with an update regarding dogs crediting. Looks like dogs crediting is live now, so if you had the old dogs token, you had the dogs BUSD LP or dogs WBNB LP. That sounds kind of like a tongue twister. If you had any of those being held and you needed to transfer to the version 2, that process has started. So I wanted to make you all aware of that in case you're not in Forex's calls, Telegram, you're not getting those updates, or you're not in the Animal Farm Telegram. I want to make sure that you're updated on that because you should have a week to get them submitted. And once that time passes, when he closes the crediting, you kind of only get that one chance. So I just want to make sure you're aware and you have those updates. I will put this link to the page in the description here because I'm not seeing it on this older version of the site. Even if I force refresh, Control F5, I'm still not getting it to load. I may have to clear cache, etc. But if I go directly, when I go directly here to the dogs credits dot theanimal.farm slash dog credits, it appears to give me that menu option. So you may have to navigate directly, but I'll put that in the description so you have it. I wasn't holding any, so I don't have any of these buttons active for myself. But here you should have a way to input and then submit if you have any that could be credited. Again, I wasn't holding anything really in the farms or pools, so I don't know which of these buttons you might be seeing. If you had anything being held there, I would go ahead and check. Remember this button, by the way. Well, this looks like I have some staked here. Yeah, see, it looks. I haven't tested some of this. I could try this for you live here just to see if this button works at least, because I see this remove stake button is out, but I do have a minus button here. I can hit max on the pool and confirm. You can't see my MetaMask window, but it's there. I'm going to go ahead and click confirm on that and see if that will go through. That'll at least let us know if that portion is working here, if I can pull out of the pools. Yeah, that did go through successfully for me. I'll see if it'll update when I come back. Yeah, there it goes. So yeah, so if you have this this minus, it looks like that's the way to get out of these pools. Farms are likely the same. It looks like this button works. So I don't have anything to pull out at the moment, but it looks like that's working to do so. And then if you have anything that can then be submitted to this side, which it looks like I do now. I may not go through all the way just because it's such a small fractional amount. I really don't care. I'll probably purchase some dogs once the V2 is fully live, at least for my personal benefit. But yeah, so you'd essentially approve whichever one of these you need to do, and then choose your amount, and then submit your dogs. So Forex onto his Telegram. I'm pulling that up now to give you his update. He says the dogs crediting process has been open since the start of the week. That was just yesterday that he said that. So he said, please send all of that to the crediting contract, the dogs and dogs LP tokens, using the UI dashboard linked above. And so that's the link I'll be putting in the description for you. He said he's going to give all the users a week and send in the dogs LP for crediting. He said he's going to be back on schedule, announcing things more often every day whenever he has announcements to make. He said he has a big interview to announce tomorrow. I think that's just directly in the DAO, in that kind of secret group that he has. It's not really secret, but it takes a good bit of a chunk of change to get into it. So I'm not in there. If he broadcasts that interview live, then we'll try to stream it. But otherwise, he was just letting us know, I think, as an update, that he has a big interview tomorrow in the DAO with some new things they're working on. He said Forex Shark's other update here is that he did hire a personal assistant. So that's going to help him, he says, assist with seeking out marketing opportunities, scheduling, fielding partnership opportunities, and making communication between the team more organized, which is something he's needed for a long while. So it's good to see him admit that in his own words. He said that's going to allow him to focus more on the vision, direct promotion, and building. And he's excited about the increase in productivity that will create. So that's Forex's words there. Sounds like he essentially hired a personal virtual assistant and or project manager, which for something of this scale would be really needed, just based on the experience I've had leading or being part of very big projects. That's something that's really needed when you're juggling that many balls in the air. One person can't do all the development and the planning and the implementation. So that's great to hear that he's actually hired someone. But the primary purpose of this video is just to let you know dogs are live. As far as crediting, it'll be about a week of crediting, and then hopefully he'll flip on or set a launch date. And I'm hoping that won't be too delayed, and then we're going to get our dogs live again. And then I hope the farms and pools are following very closely behind that. We want to get all this whole system back up and running. DRIP has been running pretty horizontal, which is pretty impressive to me. Just because the way the whole overall market is doing, and I'm sure the hype about the reservoir lately is helping that a lot. People are actually depositing into the reservoir, which is really helping solidify this price. Where are we at? So we've been, let me see what day this is. Yeah, so we've been over 15 since at least after this like little dip here on the 16th. Yeah, now today's the 25th, so we've been over the over 15 at least for that whole time period. And really, if you look at it, I mean, this now, which is really what I drew out here. I drew this out a long while back on my older videos. This is about the range I was looking at and selfishly hoping we would hit. It could go lower in that whole range, but I don't think we're dropping out of that range at all. But it should hopefully stay here, and then we'll head back up. I'll make a more in-depth video about that and kind of price predictions, but we're definitely heading back up here, I think. Not financial advice. I can't tell you what to do with your funds. Obviously, nothing here is guaranteed, but I'm extremely bullish about where we're headed with DRIP, and I'm excited for all the new advancements that keep happening. And when we see these horizontal movement like this, it just really shows how strong our floor is, how strong the reservoir is when people keep pumping into that. And if we get a couple of these partnerships that are pushing more to the vaults, to the reservoirs, to these things that make the drip price stronger, if we get some of these partnerships off the ground here soon, it's over, so to speak, in a positive way. I think we're going to see a huge increase, and I'm really excited for that. So can't tell you what to do with your funds, but these are really good buy points. They continue to be really good points to buy in. Remember the all-time high? I bought in a few when we were up here around 130, but this guy hit 170, 169 somewhere up here. So that's I don't know if we're heading that high again, but this type of steady price action for a long-term project like DRIP, where the longer that it stays active and in some kind of steady price range, the more that we all benefit from that. Then that's amazing. It doesn't need to hit 150. It doesn't need to hit 180. Now, obviously, if you were able to claim, say, 20 drip within a day, and from the faucet, and if it's 180 versus 15, obviously that's going to look better for you if you actually decide to sell out and claim that day, that given day. But if you don't, maybe you put or maybe you sell off and put more into the reservoir to help solidify the price to keep the system going. There's all these routes you could take within the animal farm, within the ecosystem, to keep skimming a little bit off the top, but then keep your keep the whole process going. Go ahead and compound my plants while I'm here. So yeah, I'm excited for all that. Really bullish. Submit your dogs if you have any. It's outstanding that you need to get credited for. Make sure you do that this week. If you have any friends, family who are in this, make sure they do that this week. And I will see you guys on the next video. I'm excited for what DRIP's doing and where it's headed. Thanks for watching. Have a great one.